My name is Charles. I made my name known for being a diabetes advocate and award-winning filmmaker. I created a show that took 5 people living with diabetes that helped to educate, inspire, and save their lives. About 5 years ago, my father passed away from cancer, and I wanted to do something to help bring awareness to those living with this terrible disease. I will embark on a road to help change the lives of some that are fighting this horrible condition called cancer. It does not take much effort to live for others, and what we leave is how we will be remembered. I hope at the end, we can see that hope is a great thing and the start of a better future. Welcome to 8 Days. On November 2nd, 2014, my father passed away from lung cancer. No one, including himself, knew he had it. He died about a month and a half later after finding out. I created a show that could look into the lives of those living with cancer. 8 Days brings 5 people together with various stages of cancer and tries to tell some of their stories. We have teamed up with some of the best experts in the world to help find treatments, cures if any, mixed with inspiration and hope. My role is to walk with the guests as they have allowed me and these amazing experts I have found to travel in their journeys. With the help of Dr. Tony Jimenez and Hope4Cancer, it will be 8 days to truly remember.
I was just totally dumbfounded, confused, numb. I didn't know what to think, what to say. I wasn't thinking death at that time. I was thinking I have some really bad stuff, emotions of sadness, deep depression, uncertainty. You know, what do I do now? And what was on my mind was my wife. I needed to tell my wife. I don't remember if I believe, yeah, I did call her. I do remember that I did call her and tell her that I had cancer. That was a very difficult day, one of the most difficult days of my life. My name is Jose Fernandez Jr. I am 60, wow, I just turned 66 years old. I am Nicaraguan by birth and second-generation immigrant. I have a family, and my wife, of course, Caroline, and 5 daughters and 17 grandkids. I come from a broken family. When I was a kid, I'm a product of an alcoholic home. Basically, I decided family was going to be of great value to me, and of course, I became a born-again Christian at 21 years of age, and that totally changed my life around. I was 65 years old when I got diagnosed with prostate cancer. I don't think I'll ever forget the actual day. It was on Valentine's Day, February 15th, 2018. It was a Thursday morning. I got a chance to go to the urologist by myself. He basically just walked in and very somberly, just straight out said, yep, you have cancer. And I was a little upset at him, not because of what he said that morning, but I was upset because when he did the biopsy, he was so impersonal, he was, non-relational. When he found the actual cancer on the prostate, I remember him saying, bingo! And I was like, what? This is not a game.
When someone is first told they have cancer, their world is shaken, especially emotionally and spiritually. You basically are told that you're facing your death. I can't even describe it. You feel so vulnerable. My name is Carrie Crary. I am from Scottsdale, Arizona. I am a registered nurse. I do nuclear cardiac stress testing. This is my second occurrence of breast cancer. I will tell you, for me, this, as I mentioned, second time going around, my second go around with cancer, the one thing that has struck fear is chemo. I'm a nurse. I work in a department that does PET scans. I see the patients coming and going, and chemo has been around for over 50 years. We have not changed the path with that, and we are not saving people with it. We may be prolonging life, but we are making people very sick in the meantime. So it was very difficult for me to digest feeling healthy, knowing I have cancer, but I'm gonna go get treatment that's going to tear my body down and make me feel sick. I know all the effects of chemo on the whole system, and there's just so many risks with that beyond just having cancer. So you're taking somebody who has cancer and a disease they're battling, and now you're taking the possibilities of making them sick in so many other ways that could likely kill them before the cancer ever does.
Some days I could hardly stand, I couldn't walk. I was very ill. This is not going to be the end of me. We went to the hospital and they were told I've been given as little as 6 months to live. The only emotion was absolute pure devastation. I was frightened, I was sick. I'd just been diagnosed with cancer. I'm Kate, I'm from Australia, from the Gold Coast. Exactly 4 weeks ago today, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. My body is riddled with it. It is metastasized, it is in. The cancer is stage 4, it's through my bones, my hip, spine, ribs, shoulders, in my lymph nodes, and my liver. I'm a solo parent of a 2-year-old little girl called Annabelle, turning 3 very soon. So being diagnosed with cancer, age 39, knowing how strong and fit and I thought healthy I was, just pure devastation, absolute pure devastation. It took me a day to put this into logical thinking, and I realized that this is when I had to start fighting. Whatever the doctors and whatever the hospital, whatever the Australian medical industry had told me, I knew I couldn't take on board without a fight. Cancer is a subject I thought I would never have to know anything about, ever.
No one wants to die of cancer. No one wants to die, period. No one wants to see their quality of life taken away from them because of the things that you're going through. I just want to live. I am Nicole Randall, 41-year-old single mother of 1, and I have ovarian cancer. Originally in 2014, and then again in 2018. I'm currently undergoing chemotherapy now. No one deserves to go through cancer and chemotherapy. You lose so much value of life. You lose faith. But I am a believer in God, and I believe that God has brought me to this opportunity of learning how to eat right, learning how to exercise, learning something other than chemotherapy. There's so many things that they don't tell you about cancer and chemotherapy, but my faith has brought me this far. So I believe that God is providing me another outlet other than chemotherapy, other than these surgeries that they have given. I have a 8-year-old son now that I value, that he values me. I have family and friends, and I just want to live. I'm afraid to die, honestly. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that God has not brought me this far to leave me. This is just another opportunity to have healing, to build my faith, to just bring me to a better place in life. Please, hear me out and listen to my story.
Coming up on 8 Days.
Cancer is a subject I thought I'd never have to know anything about.
I created Hope4Cancer to bring alternative integrative cancer treatments to the world.
I just knew that this was the clinic that I wanted to come to.
Cancer is a subject I thought I'd never have to know anything about. What I've learnt over the past 4 weeks is incredible. I've had to make some life-changing choices. I've had to educate myself on treatments, on procedures. I've had to ask a lot of questions of others and of myself, which has brought me to where I am now. I had no time to give any more thought about where I wanted to go to. So I knew I had to act very quickly on getting help for myself. I was very lucky to have a friend who in Australia worked alongside a cancer clinic, and he highly recommended the Hope4Cancer in Australia. I had no time to think, no time to question my actions. I met with some other specialists, independent specialists outside of my local hospital, and they too spoke about the Hope4Cancer. Within 2 weeks I'd booked flights and I'd booked myself into the centre.
Hi, I'm Dr. Tony Jimenez. I'm the Chief Medical Officer and founder of Hope4Cancer. Welcome to our treatment centers. I created Hope4Cancer to bring alternative integrative cancer treatments to the world. And I want to show you around, show you some of the treatments that we do here and why we do it. So let's take a walk. This is a very special room because in this room we have some technology that is unique. Specifically, this one here is called photodynamic infrared spectroscopy. So what we do with this technology is we look for circulating tumor cells. These are the cancer stem cells. These are the cells that leave the primary tumor and lead to metastasis. So we can, in real time, detect and eradicate those circulating tumor cells. This technology is called shockwave therapy, and it's used before some of our therapies that target the tumor or the cancer cells. What this does is it softens the tumor, allowing the IVs, the other treatments that we do penetrate. And it's painless. It actually also feels good for the patient because they can see something happening, and basically it's for example, patients with breast cancer. This is shockwave therapy.
When you watch the videos that are provided by Dr. Tony, it makes sense. It's logical and you understand it more. And he speaks in such terms that you can understand it. I'm not a medical professional. I don't understand the words that are often used, and this is broken down so you do understand and you do appreciate, and your mind goes, okay, I get that. I understand now why that's being used. I understand now why I need to eat this. I understand why I'm being put in a sauna. I understand why my body's being brought to a fever in a hypothermia tank. I understand why my body needs this amount of oxygen by going into a hyperbaric oxygen therapy. I understand why my body needs vitamin C.
It just kind of felt like my eyes were open to the reality of healthcare and where I needed to be. That's when I saw Dr. Tony and was introduced to Dr. Tony. Once I started researching Hope4Cancer, I just knew that this was the clinic that I wanted to come to.
Coming up on 8 days.
What was on my mind was my wife. I needed to tell my wife.
It was like my whole world stopped. I was in a state of shock. When I found out Joe had cancer, I was at work and I received a phone call. When he said that, it was like my whole world stopped. I was in a state of shock. I don't even remember what I said to him, but knowing who I am and my mindset, I know I must have told him something like, you know what, honey, don't worry. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do research. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna beat this.
Hey, Nicole, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So it's me and Marcy.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey.
So, Nicole, I was moved by your videos and, I sent them over to Marcy and everyone at Hope for Cancer. And, I was just really touched, the fact that you were able to write in and not only write in, but make those videos and that appeal to why you really wanted to be on the show and a part of the treatment at Hope for Cancer. So,
Right.
Marcy, I wanted to share some good news for you.
We're excited to welcome you, Nicole, into our program. We're excited to see you soon. The medical team has reviewed all of your records. We're excited to see what the outcome is going to be with you. It's going to be life-changing, and we just wanted to welcome you into our program.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
We're not going to take too much of your time, but me and Marcy just wanted to let you know that we can't wait to get started, and we'll see you in Mexico.
Yes. Thank you. Can't wait to see you either.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Our little diamond in the rough, Nicole. Very shy and quiet. And I'm not sure the others saw what I did in Nicole. She sent me a long email and some videos of her why. Her why she needed this treatment and her why she needed this experience. And my heart melted. I think she's going to be our butterfly that ends up with amazing results and turning her health around fully. I see her beating cancer and living a full life as a mom and great daughter. Coming up on 8 days.
If I wasn't a mum, I think I would have taken the diagnosis and just taken it gracefully.
Relationships built here in the community of what we're going through that not everyone can relate with.
Of course, they flew in from England to Australia the day I was diagnosed. We went to the hospital and they were told I've been given as little as 6 months to live. So it's only through educating them as well as myself. There are other ways, there are other treatments, there are other therapies, there are new outlooks. We don't have to take what is told by us, by our standard medical industry as green. There are other ways we can look into healing ourselves, to bettering our illnesses. If I wasn't a mum, I think I would have taken the diagnosis and just taken it gracefully. Being a parent to my little girl, I've taken the gloves off and I'm ready to fight this, and I will do whatever I can and whatever I need to do to ensure that I'm standing by my little girl in a very long time to come. So that means traveling to the other side of the world, to Cancun, Mexico, then so be it, that's what I'll do. And then I'll return to Australia. And if I need to come back here to this clinic again and again, then that is what I'll do to ensure that I'm here to be mummy to my little girl.
Amazing Kate. Kate was given a very short time to live, as she's battling stage 4 lung cancer. When we first met, I didn't know what to make of our meeting, but soon after was taken back by her caring nature. Kate has a heart of love and a will to live that will put me and many others in awe. And lung cancer is what took my father. So having her here meant so much to me, because my dad didn't get a chance to fight for his condition. And seeing Kate win this battle for her and her daughter is what we're all fighting for.
Relationships built here in the community of what we're going through that not everyone can relate with. There's definitely bonds that are formed just in knowing, just in relating with the path. Every part of this, every aspect of this is unique unless you've been through it. I've been very surprised at how attentive, loving, and just busy we are doing therapies non-stop every day. I was not expecting that.
Kerry represents many women who suffer from breast cancer around the country. The staggering number each year that are diagnosed is in the tens of thousands. I thought Kerry would be a perfect fit for 8 days, since she comes from a medical background and has taken back her health in many ways. She also has had great success at Hope4Cancer, and I wanted her to share her journey.
Obviously have a pretty good comparison now between alternative medicine and Western medicine, and it's just given me an overall picture, overall understanding of how important it is to incorporate both of those things into the battle for cancer, and probably definitely for most disease processes. So that's the mission I'm on, to show that there's not one way or the other. We want to combine both. I think that the medical world will benefit if we really put the research behind it.
This would take a very emotional ride, as we will see throughout the course of her time here. But her spirit and her humble manner is something I felt others could learn from. Coming up on 8 days.
This is the wall of conquerors, thrivers that have come here with little prognosis and have done very well. It's quite an inspirational.
So pretty much I feel like it's a puzzle. It's like solving a puzzle.
Let's go into this room. This room is the hub of our best program, the behavioral, emotional, and spiritual therapy. And one of our seasoned doctors works in this office. Her name is Dr. Leslie Gomez, and she's a tremendous healer. I refer to her as a shaman. Just a natural healing, has that ability to, take those conflicts and those traumas out of you and just help you let them go.
Being a pediatrician is being very useful because I'm able to integrate what is it that the emotional trauma, when did it happen, and what stage of the wounded adult, so I'm able to integrate that pediatric practice into my emotional spiritual practice of now. What I integrate is what is exactly the emotion that was happening or that person was going through, that could be linked to the family tree or just in their own timeline, and then connected to the now, because each disease has an emotion associated. So once I know what's the disease, what they're going through, then I'm able to find that same emotion in other moments of their lives. So pretty much I feel like it's a puzzle. It's like solving a puzzle.
I have met many doctors around the world in my work in diabetes and other conditions I advocate for. I was truly impressed by who Dr. Jimenez is and what he stands for. You can truly see he has a passion for people and wants to help save lives. I was excited to see his work and the outcomes. Never did I think this would be some miracle worker, but an option along with other options in one's battle with this deadly condition. I think it's key people know that there are some great alternatives. And while not everything works for everyone, they are doing some amazing work and giving hope. I look forward to the next 8 days with him and his team. Coming up this season on 8 days.
Hello.
There she is. Give me a big old hug. Can I lift you up and spin you around?
Sure.
Life's complicated for you lot. It really is. I can see life is complicated.
So many emotions that you can't even identify.
I loved her. I gave my heart. I gave my heart to her. It's hard to do that when you meet so so many people that are fighting for their lives.
We know a lot about cancer now in 2019. We know a lot about cancer. We have many tools.
And in a few months, we'll find out and see how you guys are doing.
You have to go to the restroom.
All pinkies in 3. Each time we bring guests to share the journey, it always seems like they were handpicked by a higher power, like they were supposed to be here. I'm really looking forward to growing together with this group and learning from all of them. There are some serious dynamics, and I hope we could all mesh. And the end goal is something that inspires and brings hope and change. Some are here for the first time, and some have had great success in coming for a follow-up and to work with me and my team. Mental, physical, and spiritual, with a touch of love. The next 8 days for all of us will be a ride to remember. In the next episode of 8 Days.
Good to see you, man.
There she is. Give me a big old hug.
I don't pray. I don't believe in God.
In my heart, I wanted to bring her in, and I want you to feel a part of us.
I got some amazing people that I wanted to bring out for some entertainment.